looking at the introduction to contingency theories of leadership. So after much disappointing results with both the trait leadership theory as well as the one looking at behaviors, because they're very limited, certainly there are some traits that are more effective for leaders, meaning it's better to be kind, it's better to be respectful, it's better to have high intelligence. And behavioral approaches, meaning we want to focus both on people as well as tasks. We want to make sure we care about our employees, and we're also focusing on productivity. So both approaches have validity, but they're not complete. Because if you have two traits and you have a task-oriented approach, that's not sufficient to explain everything that is leadership. So the third approach to studying leadership and trying to understand what it means to be a good leader is to look at the context, also called the situation, and this is what's called the contingency approach. It means it basically depends on the situation. So at this point, after the behavioral approach, researchers now started looking at what the contingency approach could hold for understanding leadership. So we're not focusing on traits specifically, we're not focusing on behaviors, we're looking at everything that exists in the situation and kind of what type of leader would we need for these different types of situations. And so that's where this contingency approach went. So there's four major contingency approaches. You have the Fiedler's contingency theory. You have Blanchard and Hershey's situational leadership theory, SLT. You have Bob House or Robert House, path goal theory of leadership. And you also have Victor Room, who did expectancy theory, if you remember, from a motivation discussion. So Room and Yetten, he paired up with Yetten for this one, and he did a normative decision model, which is basically a decision-making tree that says, that talks about the extent to which we should include employees in the decision-making process when we make decisions in the organization. So these four contingency theories we will look at in subsequent videos. So this is just introduction.